Good evening, friends. Tom Chapin here, and I'm at home up in the top floor of a kind of wintry night. It's supposed to have a little snow in the morning and then turn to snow. And I'm decided to do some songs, some of them which I don't do a whole lot, and some that I do. But I had a feeling relationship songs, and I've heard some people say I should do more of my love songs. So I thought I'd start off with some of those. Glad you're here. And let's see how this goes. And make sure it looks like it's working. Good. So somebody let me know if it's not. But here we are. Build a story, line by line. Build a song, rhyme on rhyme. Build a life on the sands of time. Build a dream with me. Build a building, beam by beam. Build a movie, scene by scene. Takes a leap of faith to build a dream. Take a leap of faith with me. I'd build a dream with you. We could make a dream come true. Takes a leap of faith and some follow through to build a dream with you. Build a love, touch by touch, as want, desire, and need and such turns into joy and faith and trust. Build a dream with me. I felt it right there at the start. First time I saw you, you stopped my heart. You took my careful world apart and built a dream with me. I'd build a dream with you. We can make a dream come true. Takes a leap of faith and some follow through to build a dream with you. When you run this far and you run this long, from stage to stage on scraps of song, you need some help to keep you strong, to keep you. Weave a blanket, touch by touch, thread by thread. You pick the colors, blue, green, red. Keep us warm on the nights ahead. Build a dream with me. Almost home in the final stretch. Close the door, latch the latch. Light a fire without a match and build a dream with me. I'd build a dream with you. We can make a dream come true. Takes a leap of faith and some follow through to build a dream with you. I'd build a dream with you. Dream with me and I'll dream with you. a song that I wrote years ago and sang at one of my daughter's weddings. It goes like this. Actually, it was Jessica got married, and to Mike, and I was going to sing this song the night before at the dinner, you know, and then Mike's dad got up and gave a whole speech based on the same metaphor. One and one makes one. So I said, I can't just sing the song after that. So I held it and sang it a few years later to Lily's wedding. And Lily came up there afterwards and said, one of my friends came up and said, it's so amazing. He wrote that song for you. And she said, she just let it ride. So fast, so far to fall after all the talk. We didn't think at all, we just fell in a rush of emotion. Now we're lost in an ocean halfway between lovers and castaways. I ain't gonna worry no more. Nothing that needs to be done. Not gonna fight, not gonna run. Nothing new under the sun, except one and one makes one. I don't know how to keep them apart, how to separate head from heart. I don't know. I don't even want to. How do you hold on to yourself when you fall into someone else? I ain't gonna worry no more. Nothing that needs to be done. Not gonna fight, not gonna run. Nothing new under the sun, except one and one makes one. I see you as the wild wind blows through your hair. You made this song a prayer. You made me surrender, and you taught me the tender and true. Now I'm losing myself in you. I ain't gonna worry no more. Nothing that needs to be done. Not gonna fight, not gonna run. Nothing new under the sun, except one and one makes one. One and one. They said it could not be done, but I know one and one makes one. One and one makes one. Well, that's a celebration of a new love, and here's a kind of a celebration of an old love. Sit this fool and who, when things aren't the best, the biggest test is keeping faith all the way through. And I know the strongest what's left and the longest is you, baby, it's you. I was walking my own path, you walking yours, somehow we met on the road. And we stuck together through all kinds of weather, unlike most of the people we know. You were the best when things were most stressed. You kept the faith all the way through. And to me the clearest and always the dearest is you, baby, it's you. Here's a singing chorus. It goes, love lasts long, carries on. One is fragile, two are strong when love lasts long. When the fickle wind blows out and blows in, people forget where they stand. And hollow ground is turned upside down, and fear flies loose on the land. When the criers are crying, the liars are lying, amidst all the ballyhoo, I look to the strongest, what's lasted the longest is you, baby, it's you. Here we go. Love lasts long, carries on. One is fragile, two are strong, and love lasts long. There was fog in the valley on the road to the airport. We took off right on time. I sat by the window watching the gray world fall away. As the little plane climbed, the sun came breaking bright and gold. The sky turned a brilliant blue. I was thinking of the one I love. It's you, baby, it's you. Because love lasts long, carries on. One is fragile, two are strong when love lasts long. Love lasts long, carries on. One is fragile, two are strong when love lasts long. Love lasts long. And here's an old love song I wrote for my wife. Here we go, let's see. Questions, all these questions, I'm tired of answers too. Tired of running on my own. I just wanna be with you. Reason, we got reasons. Reasons high and low. Words are made for twisting. They take you where you wanna go. And I've been downhearted, been up like the sun in the morning when my darkest night is done. Your name's been running all day long like a fountain in my mind, hoping that you'll want me. I need for you to need me. Hope that you will love me one more time, and I'll be fine. I still remember thinking that love is a TV dream, has nothing to do with people, nothing to do with me. But I've been downhearted, been up like the sun in the morning, with my bad dreams on the run. Your name's been running all day long like a fountain in my mind. I hope that you will love me one more time. Hold me. Don't you need someone to hold when loneliness is right outside and the wind is blowing cold? Let me get the word here. Changing, we are changing, even when we're standing still. I don't expect you to stay the same, but I'm hoping that you will. 'Cause your name's been running all day long like a fountain in my mind. I'm hoping that you'll want me. I need for you to need me. Hope that you will love me one more time, and I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Song for Bonnie. Yeah. So the 29th and the 30th of December, I will be with my bandmates, John Foster, John Cobert, and Michael Mark, my buddies, at the Turning Point in Piermont, 2 nights. And it's always a wonderful thing because Jessica's home, and the ladies are home as well with the kids. And so often the sisters show up when least expected, and that'll be fun if they're there as well. So here's a song that Cy Khan and I wrote together. We were talking about the Turning Point, and I was going to do an album called Live at the Turning Point, and so Turning Point. What? That's a great metaphor. Let's write something. So we wrote this. Travel hard, travel long, many a night and day. Stops, starts, turning points along the way. But now and then we come to rest among old friends and new. And my heart is filled with gratitude to share this night with you. At the Turning Point, we reunite with family and friends. One more December slips away, the long year ends. There's a touch of snow on the river road, the old becomes the new. Returning to the Turning Point with you. Well, the Hudson Valley has been my home for 40 years or more. December slips away, the long year ends. There's a touch of snow on the river road. The old becomes the new, returning to the turning point with you. May the bridges that we build never crumble, never burn. May our journeys never come to the point of no return. And may our voices fill this room, lift our hearts with cheer. May we return to the turning point this time again next year. At the turning point, we reunite with family and friends. One more December slips away, the long year ends. There's a touch of snow on the river road. The old becomes the new, returning to the turning point, returning to the turning point, returning to the turning point with you. At the turning point, yeah. Let's see. I got some other instruments sitting here. Let me pull this one out. It's a nice tune. I like that tune. Let's see. So, at the turning point, years ago, one of my heroes when I was just getting started with my brothers singing folk songs was a guy named Bob Gibson. He was the first guy to sell 1 million records in the folk world. And he brought Joan Baez to Newport Folk Festival. He was a guy, and who later in his life got into drugs and stuff. But always a really remarkable musician and player. Did a lot of touring and stuff with and writing with Tom Paxton. They were good buddies. And so I went to see Bob Gibson toward the end of his life. He became at the turning point. And I just loved it. Went up and talked to him afterwards, and had a really nice talk. He says, "Well, you know, I don't have a hotel room. Is there any place?" And I said, "Well, you can stay at our house." But he played this great song on the banjo that he and Tom Paxton had written, and I said, "I tell you what, you can stay at our house, and I'll give you a good breakfast if you show me the chords to that song and Loving You." So he did, and I recorded it later on. He's from Chicago. That cold Chicago wind came howling down the street. The rain has turned to sleet. If I decide to go, it will commence to snow. It's overdue. 'Twas on a night like this you blew in through my door. I asked for kindness and you gave me that and more. You taught me how to do the things that lovers do, like coming through and loving you. I got my banjo tuned, but now I lost the band. I must have missed a turn. I'll never learn, it seems. My music is my dreams, it's what I do. They closed the hall and put away the microphones. I sit alone and I scratch along the strings. Then my banjo sings, as banjos often do, of coming through and loving you. We heard John Lennon playing. He sang Norwegian Wood. We thought he'd hung the moon. We slept on your floor. You didn't work till 4 that afternoon. You took a stranger to an unfamiliar shore. He asked for kindness and you gave him that and more. You taught him how to do the things that lovers do, like coming through and loving you. Twas on a night like this you blew in through my door. I asked for kindness and you gave me that and more. You taught me how to do the things that lovers do, like coming through and loving you. Coming through and loving you, like coming through and loving you. A little stumble bum there toward the end, but what a beautiful song. And loving you. Well, here's an interesting story. This is I played last week up in Meriden, Connecticut, and it was for a homeless shelter benefit. They paid me, which was nice, but it was a benefit for the Rosette Village in Meriden, and the group that was putting together were connected to the Catholic Worker, which was founded by Dorothy Day. And some of you interested, just Google Dorothy Day. She's worked for started the Catholic Worker and was a journalist first and stuff. But Dorothy Day was when Pope Francis came to America, Catholic Pope. He mentioned 2 Americans, and one of them was Dorothy Day. There's talk about her making her a saint because she worked in the Bowery her whole life. After she had been married, did not been married. Let me tell you the story, because in a sense, she's my great aunt, because my great aunt, Uncle Forster, and the 2 of them were a couple, and but never married. And but I knew Dorothy Day as a kid, and I went to her funeral, and as did my wife Bonnie and my mother, and there's pictures of the family together with my great uncle Forster, and. So I was telling this story to Cy Khan, who was a great fan of Dorothy Day's and her political activism and trying to, help the poor and feed the poor. And he said, "Wow, I didn't know that. We should write something." So we did. Uncle Foster came from Asheville, North Carolina. His life was quite incredible but true. He had a friend named Thomas, a writer by his trade, who dreamed of fame the way that young men do. And Thomas Wolfe wrote a book now famous far and wide, though he died before it ever saw the light. Its title is a common phrase, you can't go home again. We speak it like we're certain that it's right. But is it true? We can't go home again, and we're condemned forevermore to roam. If you can find the work you need, I believe in your truest place you will find a home. My great uncle Foster did not believe in marriage or waging war or even God above. He came north to Greenwich Village, met a pretty girl named Dorothy. The two of them fell crazy mad in love. Foster would not marry even when she was expecting, so they split, leaving Dorothy alone. And she came to feel her daughter was the force of God within her. In the Catholic Church she found herself a home. So is it true you can't go home again, and we're condemned forevermore to roam? If you can find the faith you need, I believe in your truest place you will find a home. Faith led her to the Bowery, where the poor and desperate gather, the stiffs and bums the wealthy never see. She made a home among the homeless, the men that no one wanted, and in her grace they found their dignity. From anarchist to pacifist to the Catholic worker movement, ironically, humility brought fame. And some say Dorothy Day is on the road to sainthood, while just a few remember Foster's name. My mother sometimes took us on the Staten Island ferry, on a pilgrimage that led to Foster's door. With grown-ups inside talking, I'd be outside with my brothers to watch the busy boats down at the shore. And I remember him on holidays, Christmas and Thanksgiving, sitting quietly in suit and vest and tie, while my grandma and her sisters went fussing all around him. I learned the story long after he died. Is it true you can't go home again, and we're condemned forevermore to roam? If you can find the love you need, I believe in your truest place you will find a home. In your truest place you can find your home. In your truest place you will be home. Foster and Dorothy. It's called Home Again, Foster and Dorothy. Wow. Let's see. What do I have here? Oh, yeah. I got my auto harp. My Tom Fladmark auto harp. And let me see if I can make some noise with this guy. So Cy Khan and I have been writing songs for years. And one year he came and said, I'm really involved with this protest up in Alaska against the Pebble Mine. The Pebble Mine. It is a proposed open pit copper, gold, and molybdenum mine really close to the shore, and and it's very close, and it will actually kill one of the last of the wild salmon fisheries up there in the Bering Sea. And so Cy went up and did some benefits for him, and they got some of his friends to write some songs, and that's what. And me being one of his friends, he said, "Let's write a song or two," and we did. And here's one. Let's see. And let me see if I just threw it away. Oh, here it is. All right. You and me and Mother Earth hold our breath. What is gold and copper worth, life or death? For fishermen and fishery, up here in the Bering Sea, murder in the first degree. Turn around and tell your neighbor, tell your friend about this magic wild place we will defend. From the banker and the profiteer who pray that we will disappear, but we return year after year. May the whole world listen and join with us today with hopeful heart, with hopeful hearts, we offer up a prayer for Bristol Bay. Let me do it again. May the whole world listen and join with us today. With hopeful hearts, we offer up a prayer for Bristol Bay. May the wild salmon come and fill your nets. May you make it safely home, no regrets. And may your great-grandchildren stay to live and love another day and work the boats round Bristol Bay. May the whole world listen and join with us today. With hopeful hearts, we offer up a prayer for Bristol Bay. You and me and Mother Earth hold our breath. What is gold and copper worth, life or death? For fishermen and fishery, up here in the Bering Sea, murder in the first degree. May the whole world listen, join with us today. With hopeful hearts, we offer up a prayer for Bristol Bay. Last chance. May the whole world listen and join with us today. With hopeful hearts, we offer up a prayer for Bristol Bay. Nice song, not the best of auto harping. Let's see. That's what happened. I did this wrong. Here. When the rain on the window pane reminds you of your tears, and the music in your heart is just a jumble in your ears. I will be there with a shoulder for to cry on. I'll be there. Sometimes I'm not the best of friends, I'm not the best of men. Sometimes you think I'll leave your world and not come back again. But I will be there. When you need someone to cling to, I'll be there. Roll on your way like a boat upon the ocean. We'll leave our trials on the troubled shore. Roll on your way, and I'll go rolling with you. And we will roll till we roll no more. When the burden that you carry gets too heavy to disguise, and the pain you hold inside casts a shadow in your eyes, I will be there. When you need me most of all, babe, I'll be there. Roll on your way like a boat upon the ocean. We'll leave our trials on the troubled shore. Roll on your way, and I'll go rolling with you. And we will roll till we roll no more. That's a nice chord. Wow. Let's see. I think I will. I want to do a couple of songs that are really personal songs for me. One's about my mom, and who died at 95, but let's see if I have it here. Coach There she is. Okay. I want to make sure I get the words right. This is a song that I had I had a lyric for, and I didn't know what to do with it, and then I sent it off to John Colbert, who sent me back this wonderful melody. See. I have to figure out what the tune is here. Let's see. My mother had a star. Let me get my capo here and figure out what I'm doing. This is it's funny how when you go through all these different songs, I sure I knew this one, and then you go through all these other sides. And it comes in a different direction. It's like coming in a different door to your house. too high. Let's see. My mother is an artist, been one all her life. My mother is an artist. I'm back. Okay. Thank you, Tom. Thank you very much. My mother is an artist, been one all her life. While she was busy being daughter, sister, lover, worker, wife. But her quiet eyes kept watch all through every hard work day, till she found the time to shape the world her way. Now life's not what it should be. You learn that early on, when you're the eldest daughter of a marriage that goes wrong. But through 90 years, through all the tears for loved ones who have died, she's held on to the artist there inside. And when we wound ourselves as children sometimes do, she's the one who we would run home to. And I still, to my surprise, seek approval in her eyes, in my mother's quiet eyes. Thrust into. She had 6 boys, a joyful noise, but what a rowdy crew. Sewing was a refuge, a shelter in the storm, a secret place that somehow kept her warm. She'd take a piece of fabric, she'd pin it on the wall. Colors, shapes, and patterns, she would use them all. A small idea to build upon, to carry through each day, till home at night to make her art her way. And though we've moved away as children someday do, she's the one who we all came home to. And I still, to my surprise, seek the light there in her eyes, in my mother's quiet eyes. My mother is an artist, and I'm an artist's son. And when things get a little rough, I think what she has done. I try to keep a watch all through another hard work day, till I find the time to shape the world my way. And though I've moved away as children someday do, she's the one who we all come home to. And I still, to my surprise, seek the light there in her eyes, in my mother's quiet eyes, in my mother's quiet eyes. Nicely. Took me a while to get there, but her quiet eyes carried me through. My mom, Elspeth Burke Hart Chapin. Wow. And here's another song that John Colbert wrote the tune to. It was I had this song was written about this time of the year a few years back. We sprang from a weed in the Garden of Eden, all scattered by wind and foam. So hungry for shelter, we seek out our true love to pick up the pieces and welcome us home. Through many a storm, though I am no sailor, I found myself caught at the wheel. But trusting to fortune and the help of some true friends, we somehow survived the ordeal. At the end of the day, at the end of the year, at the end of the line, I'm glad you're here. Blessed is the pilgrim who's able to say, once I loved you, once you loved me, I still love you at the end of the day. So glad to see you, so glad to be here, glad this year's come to an end. We faced our worst fears, we shed some real tears as the world chased us round once again. So reach out a hand to the ones who you love most, and mourn for all those gone away. We'll count up our losses, we'll bind up our wounds, and tomorrow we'll face the new day. At the end of the day, at the end of the year, at the end of the line, I'm glad you're here. Blessed is the pilgrim who's able to say, once I loved you, once you loved me, I still love you at the end of the day. So reach out a hand to the ones who you love most, mourn for all those gone away. We'll count up our losses, we'll bind up our wounds, and tomorrow will be a new day. At the end of the day, at the end of the year, at the end of the line, I'm glad you're here. Blessed is the pilgrim who's able to say, once I loved you, once you loved me, I still love you at the end of the day. Once I loved you, once you loved me, I still love you at the end of the day. It's a good closing song. Friends, I hope I get to see you in the new year, and I hope the new year looks better than it does right at this moment. Onward and upward. I'm going to be the Turning Point, closing out the year at the Turning Point on the 29th and 30th here in Piermont, New York. And then early in end of January, January 24th, 25th, we're doing some Chapin family shows, and there's a bunch of other stuff happening. So I'm also turning 80 next year. So that's sort of a kind of a milestone. And but thanks so much for being part of this tonight. Maybe we should end it with this. All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the nighttime till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle, but I can't tell you seasons spinning round again. The years keep rolling by. Big thank you to Claudia, Lee Woods at the office, and all of you for listening to this old gent who would love to do this. Seems like I've been here before. I can't remember when, but I got this funny feeling that we'll all get together again, because no straight lines make up my life. All these roads have bends. There's no clear-cut beginnings, and so far no dead end. All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the night time till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle. I can't tell you why. Seasons spinning around again. The years keep rolling by. A lot of harmony. The years keep rolling by, and the years keep on rolling by. Bye, 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 bye. Thanks, friends. Be well. Happy New Year. Ciao.